Hello guys, I am Nidishri Pagalwadi, your science teacher, Sankalp Learning Solutions. In the last class, we discussed regarding extraction of metals. We discussed and we visualized certain slides based on it. In today's class, we are going to discuss the last concept of the metals and non-metals, that is nothing but the corrosion. Okay, so when you see the reactions which we learnt in the first or second chapter, so like silver, when it exposed to a surroundings or to an environment for a longer time, the article of a silver will convert into black color, they will become black. Okay, so why they will become black? Actually, it is due to the reaction between hydrogen sulfide which is present in an atmosphere. So this hydrogen sulfide, the sulfur from it, okay, makes the silver oxide into silver sulfide, which will be black in color. So this will be black, which will form black coating on the silver article. Means indirectly damaging the property of the metal, right? Like that, when the copper utensils or the copper vessels, when they are exposed to the surroundings, so in the environment we will be having the water, carbon dioxide as well as oxygen. Water might be in the form of a moisture also. So when the copper reacts with all these substances, so it will convert into, it will develop green color coating on it. It will develop a green color coating on it. That green color coating is nothing but copper carbonate. Similarly, the rusting of iron. When the iron reacts with water as well as oxygen present in an atmosphere, it will convert into iron oxide, which is called as rusted iron, which is called as rust. So these all reactions makes the metal inefficient or to lose their properties. This method is called as corrosion, where the metal loses their property is called as corrosion, right? For this we are going to understand one of the activity. So we are going to consider three test tubes. In each of the test tubes we are inserting the iron nails. In the test tube A, we are putting the water and we are closing it with the cork, and here the nails will come in contact with the air. As cork is not tightly packed, so it will come in contact with air as well as water. In the test tube B, we are taking water, but we are taking boiled distilled water. Why we are taking boiled distilled water means, when we boil the distilled water, the air dissolved in a water will also be removed. So no air will be there inside the water. No dissolved air is present in the water. Then we had put oil so that there should be no contact of the air which is present outside. Okay, so that is why the iron nail is only exposed to the boiled distilled water here. In the test tube C, we had put anhydrous calcium chloride crystals. The importance of this is, this acts as a drying agent, means it absorbs the moisture present in the air and makes the air dry. So when we allow these test tubes to rest like that only for few days, after few days you can observe that the iron nails which are present in a test tube B and C will not get corroded. No corrosion occurs, or you can see no rust of iron nails here. But the iron nails which are present in the test tube A are rusted. These are rusted. What might be the reason? Just think over. See the conditions. What might be the reasons? So here when you consider in a test tube A, what happens? The iron nails are exposed to water as well as air. So here air will be having certain moisture. That is why the iron nails got rusted. But in case of test tube B, as we had put the oil, there is no action of air on the iron nails. And as we had put the iron nails in a boiled distilled water, so there is no action of water on the iron nails, as well as it is not no action of dissolved air in the water. The dissolved air has been removed by boiling it. So it will not rust. In the test tube C, As the air which is in contact with it is dry, as the anhydrous calcium chloride removes the moisture from the air, there is no action of moisture or water in it. That is why the iron is did not rust. So to get corroded, if any material or if any metal has to be corroded, it should be reacted with the air, it should react with the water present in an atmosphere. Then only corrosion occurs. So for the corrosion to occur, there should be air as well as water as well as moisture. These three agents causes corrosion. Fine. Then, so how can we overcome this corrosion? How can we prevent this corrosion? So let us see the prevention of corrosion. This or we already discussed in our lower classes that corrosion can be prevented. Corrosion can be prevented by the methods like just a minute. Fine. So prevention. So corrosion can be prevented by painting, then we can say by oiling, by galvanizing. Galvanizing, what do you mean by galvanizing? Galvanization means a thick, a thin zinc layer, a thin zinc layer will be put on articles of the metals, articles or vessels of the metals. Okay, so this zinc layer will not allow the metal to react with the moisture, with the water or the air. So galvanization is one of the technique to prevent the corrosion, we can say. We have one more method, guys. We have one more method which is called as alloying. Alloying. Okay, what is this actually? So here, as you know that when you go and observe in the kitchen, every vessel or every glass which you will use, which mother will use to cook, so usually all the vessels are made up of stainless steel, right? What is the stainless steel? So we all know regarding the iron, right? So iron is widely used metal, but in the pure state, iron will be very soft. In a pure state, iron is very soft, and after heating, it will readily changes its structure. That is why what they will make, they will mix iron with other substances. Like with other substances, like they might be the metals, they might be the non-metals. Okay. So when they mix or when they combine the metals with the definite proportion, with the definite quantity of other metals and non-metals, a mixture of metals and non-metals will be formed, which is called as alloy. Okay, so this alloy, what happens? This alloy will not will not corroded very easily. For example, as I said regarding the stainless steel, okay, stainless steel. So this stainless steel is made up of iron plus nickel plus chromium. Iron plus nickel plus chromium. So which will not allow to rust, which will have a longer shelf period, longer life. Fine, same way we can see the alloys like brass. Okay, like brass we can see, and which is made up of copper and zinc. Like bronze we can see, which is made up of, I guess, copper and tin. Copper and tin. Yes, sir. Yeah. So these alloys will be different from the metals. It is not that iron alloy, it has a iron means it will rust. It has a nickel means it has a higher melting point. As brass and bronze are made up of copper, and we know that copper is a very good conductor of electricity, but brass and bronze are not a good conductors of electricity. The properties of alloys will alter, will change. They are not similar or same as a metals. And we can say one of the alloy which is called solder, actually. So this solder is made up of lead and tin. Lead and tin. Okay, tin. Okay, so as it has a very low melting point, this tin, we know lead and tin has a very high melting point, but solder which is prepared by this lead and tin, it will be having very low melting point and it is used to weld two wires. To weld means to connect two wires, it is used. Soldering machine, what we say. So it is made up of solder. So the alloying is also a process to prevent the corrosion, we can say. So by this we can define alloy as homogeneous mixture of alloy. Alloy is nothing but homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture means the mixture is homo, same throughout. It will not be different. As we mix iron, nickel and chromium, it will not be different. It is homogeneous. Homogeneous mixture of metals and metals, or sometimes metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals are called as alloys. So you can give the example of stainless steel. You can give the example of brass, bronze. So these all are the examples of alloy. By alloying, we can increase the life period of the metals, we can say. Right. And one more. Uh, all of us, I mean especially women, love the gold. So you might have heard that some of the elders will be telling regarding the gold, like when they will be what we can say, praising someone, he is like 24 karat gold, he is like pure gold. So whatever pure gold is there, no, which we can say 24 karat gold, okay, 24 karat gold. So this gold is very soft actually. You cannot make any ornaments using uh, 24 karat gold actually. So that is why this gold is there na. This gold is mixed with certain amount of copper or silver in a definite proportion. Like the gold which is used for ornaments like earrings, necklace and all, it will be of 22 karat gold. 22 karat gold means what? It will be of 22 parts of gold will be there plus 2 parts of copper or silver will be there. Then only they can make the ornaments. So this is how alloying of gold is done to make it useful. Right. So this is regarding the gold concept. As well as you might have heard in one of the monument which is called as Qutub Minar in India. Qutub Minar. So in the Qutub Minar we have one column, one pillar. That whole pillar is made up of iron. And even today we cannot observe any rust patch on the iron pillar. This shows us that, or this say us that the ancient Indians or our Indian architects will be had the knowledge regarding the rusting, and they also had a knowledge regarding the preventive measures to take uh, for rust, the preventive measures to stop the rusting. Okay, so this is about the corrosion concept of the metals and non-metals. Here we completed the chapter metals and non-metals. In the upcoming session, we are going to start with the new chapter. Until that, take care. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.